I warmly welcome everyone to the channel. This is Elikis Music Official. In this episode, let's look at how we can multi-track using our digital console. In this case, I'm having this Behringer SR18 in my studio. If you are using any other digital console, the process that I'm going to teach you here will work the same. Now I'm having Ableton Live right on the screen, so we need to configure it in such a way that this console here will synchronize with the DAW so that I can easily multi-track anytime, any day. So how do I do that? I'll first connect my printer cable to the printer port of my digital console. Then I connect the other end of the printer cable, that's the USB, to the USB port of my laptop, whether MacBook or Windows, the same thing. So do that and let's proceed. When you are done with that, it left with the configuration. How do we do that? It is very easy. Inside the Ableton Live, if you are using Windows, then you need to click on this option tab here, okay? Then you come down here until you see what we call settings or preferences, so click on that. In this case, I'm using Mac for this process. So what do I do? I'll just come to the live tab here, then click on where settings, okay? So when you do that, probably you're going to have this pop up here, okay? Then we click on this audio tab here. Very good. So we are having a port here saying no audio. That's for my case. So what I will do is I'll just click on where the rating no audio, then select core audio. Now, if you're using Windows, I would advise you to install the proper drivers for your digital console so that it will match up with the laptop, okay? But for Mac, you don't need any additional drivers for these things to work. So what I will do is just to click on where the rating device, then I will see my SR18. That's what I'm using currently. Click on that, and where it says audio output device to, I'll click on no device and select SR18. So that's probably everything that I have to do. The next thing I will do here is to do some simple configurations. What do I do? You see where the rating channel configuration, you have two of it. You have input config and output config. In this case, let's focus on the input config first. Click on the input config. Then we make sure we click on all these boxes that we see here until it take this orange color. You can see, okay. Now, after selecting all of these, you can see the color has changed from black to yellow. That means we are done with it. Okay, so when you're done, then you simply click on this okay here, okay. The next thing, we click on the output config here. Then we make sure we tick all of these stars for it to turn orange or yellow, okay. The same thing as we did for the input config. Then we click on the okay down here. Very good. The last thing that we need to look for is our buffer size. In this case, I've selected 32 samples, and that's the least that I can get from this console. So depending on your CPU capacity, that will determine the best buffer size that will work for you. But for live performances, to reduce latency and other stuffs, I'll go in for my 32, then close 8. Okay, so just click here. Now after that, you can close 8. Okay, so that's all. Now you can see we are in the section view of Ableton Live. So what do we do? I want us to delete these two tracks. These are just MIDI tracks. I want only audio tracks. So what do I do? I'll just right click on this MIDI track, then delete, and also delete this track, leaving only two tracks for me, okay? Only 1 and 2. Now if you look into your console, every console has 8 number of channels. Some have 32, we have 24, we have 12, and you also have 16. But in this case, I'm having 18 mono inputs here. So what do? I'll make sure I have 18 of these tracks available in Ableton Live. So what I would do is just right click on any of these audio tracks, okay? So let me right click on this one, then say duplicate. But doing this process, right clicking, duplicating, it is quite lazy, okay? So what I will do is just select on any of these tracks, then we use shortcut. If you are using Windows, you need to press Ctrl D. If you are using Mac, your command and your D will duplicate everything for you, okay? So I'm duplicating until I have my 18th track. Very good. Now what you do next is your renaming and coloring. So what do I mean? I'll just look at my digital console on channel 1. What have I placed in there? Maybe I have my pastor's mic connected to my channel 1. Then I come to Ableton Live. This is my track 1. I right click on it, then say rename, okay? So I'll type maybe pastor's mic. Then we go to our console again. We look to the track 2. What have we connected in there? We've connected maybe our drums kick. So I will come to my Ableton Live. This is my channel 2. Right click on it, then say rename, then type in maybe kick. Very good. I go to my console again. On my channel 3, what have I placed in there? I've connected the microphone for my snare, so I'll come to my Ableton Live, right click on the third track, then rename it as snare. So when it comes to the renaming, you just look to your console, what you've placed on your console, then you do the same renaming on your Ableton Live. Now mine will be different from what you have in there, so just look at the console, then do the necessary renaming. Very good. So when you are done with that, you can do some simple coloring and other stuff. Okay, now let's assume I'm having maybe from track 2 to channel 8 as drums. Okay, I'm having all those stuffs as drums. I can simply select on my kick drum, that's the first element, then come back to my track 8, hold on shift and click on it. In that case, I've selected all the mic going to my drums, right click on any of these tracks, then select any of these colors. Very good. So when I do that, anytime I open this template, I know that okay, this color blue are for everything drum, so that there will be easy identification, you understand. Then for everything instrument, I can select them here, then change their color. I can go in for something yes, something like this. This will be for my instrument. So just do that routing and coloring so that you can easily identify everything that you are doing. Now the next thing we will do is do what we call routing, so that we can synchronize our console to the tracks that we're having on Ableton. How do we do that? Now you can see on your channel 1 on your digital console, we are having Pastor's mic here on the track 1 or your channel 1 on your console. So you just come to your track 1 on Ableton Live. Very good. You come down to where you can see they've written 1 2 3 blah 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 up to so and so. Okay, so on the first track you can see 1 here, and there's this green signal going. The reason why you are seeing this green signal popping is because I've connected my microphone to my track 1 or to my channel 1 on my console. So I'll just click on where they've written 1. Since this track 1, let me take it as 1. Okay, then on the track 2, that's my channel 2 on my console, the same thing, I will take it to 2. Okay, then on this track 3, I will change from 2 to where to 3. Okay, on the track 4, this will be channel 4. So depending on the number of input that you have for your console, make sure you change all these numbers to match with your console. Okay, so if you're having 32, you do up to 32, 16 you do up to 16. So let's say we've routed up to 7, 8. Okay, let's say we are doing for only 8. Okay, very good. Now let me teach you one more thing. Let's assume you have connected some instrument as stereo to your console. For instance, if you are playing keyboard, probably you're going to be connecting it as a stereo to your console. How do we do it inside the Ableton Live? In that case, I will click on, let's take for instance maybe this track 9. Let's rename this as what, as keys. Okay, and I've connected it as stereo to my console. Now if I'm doing the routing, in this case I won't select the 9 8 blah blah blah, that's mono stuffs. Okay, so what I will do is just click on where the 2 is. Then in this case I'm also having stereo input. So if I've connected maybe my keyboard or my keys to 7 and 8 or 9 and 10, I just select 9 and 10. If I'm saying I've connected my keys as stereo, it simply means I connected to my left and right of my keyboard port, to the left and right. So on your console it could be 9 and 10, 6 and 7 or blah blah blah. In this case I'm assuming I've connected to my 9 and 10. So I'll just come to my console here. Okay, click on where the 2 is. Then in this case I won't select the 1 2 3, I won't select the single numbers. I will come to the stereo input. Okay, so here is 9 and 10, then click on the 9 and 10. It means I'm having the stereo coming to the keys track direct. Okay, there's no need to select 9 here then select 10 there. I hope you understand me. If you are doing the same thing for maybe conga, so I just right click on this track, rename this as for instance maybe conga. You know conga, you have the left and the right, then select the 2, change here maybe 11 and 12. So my conga is coming in as stereo. Simple like that, you understand? That's how we do the routing, synchronization and everything inside the Ableton Live. Now the next thing is about recording. How do we record everything that we've done here from our console to Ableton Live for it to match perfectly? It's very simple, but in order to save you from stress anytime when you want to record, need to create all these stuffs, we need to save this as a template. So anytime we want to record, we just open this as a template, then begin our work straight away. Now before I teach you how to record inside Ableton Live, I want you to take a moment, go into the comment section, then type thank you, or if you have any question up to this point, make sure you just type it and share this video to any group that you find yourself within. In order to multi-track what we've done here inside Ableton, it's very simple. All I have to do is just click on this tab right here. Very good. Then I'll need to select all these available tracks that I've made here. So how do I do that? I'll first click on the first track here, that's the pastor's mic, then scroll down until I see my last track. So before I click on the last track, I need to hold on my shift tab, okay, or my shift key on my keyboard, okay. So hold on to shift, then click on the last track. Now you can see all these tracks have been highlighted. In order to record these tracks, I need to first arm it, okay. How do I do that? You can see these tabs here, these round tabs here. Click on any of it. Because we've selected all of it, we have all of these tracks that we've selected being armed, okay. So whenever you do the arm, it means you are set for recording. Don't forget the arm, else your recording won't work. The next thing we ought to pay attention is our locator. So this is the locator, okay, this is it. So if I place it here, it means the recording is going to start from this point. If I place it right here, meaning the recording is going to start from this place. So let me put it at 1, okay. Let me place it here. Now we have this template set for our multi recordings. You don't have to do recording inside this template straight away, because if you do the recording into it, and anytime I want to do a different recording another time, it means I need to create a new template for this same project, and that will waste so much time. So I need to create or save this as a template. So anytime I open it, I have it as a template, then I just start my recording straight away. How do I do that? I'll just come up here to file, then save live set, okay. So I'll just change the name. If you're using Windows, you go to file name, just type the name. Now I can just do what? Type in any name, okay. So let's delete the previous name, multi-track template, okay. Very good. Then that's where you're going to save this template into. So I just click here, maybe into my 2 TB SSD. If I want, I can still create folder inside it, maybe everything Ableton Live project, okay. So I've created a folder on my SSD, then I say create. Inside that folder, that's where I'm saving this multi-track template into it, and I hit on save. You understand? The same thing for Windows, okay. So I've been able to save this as a template. Let's assume today is Sunday, I want to multi-track for my church. I'll not start by recording, no. If I do that, I'll get it wrong. So I'll first come to file, then do a save live set as. So when I do that, I'll be able to rename this and make it a new template altogether. So let's assume there is a wedding program that I'm about to multi-track, okay. So let's say wedding multi-track, okay. I've shortened it. Then I'll choose where do I want to save it. Let's say this time around I'm saving it inside this same project as I did, Ableton Live project. Now what name am I giving it to? Where the rating save as, I'll just type the name wedding multi, then the same folder, okay, inside the Ableton Live project, for that's where I'm saving it to. Now hit on where save. It means this recording that we are doing for this wedding project, it won't conflict with our old template, you understand? So if I want to record, I'll make sure I select the locator for it to start exactly where the one is, then I hit on record. So that's how simple it is, okay. Let's assume you are done with the mixing. I want to share this same Ableton Live project to a different engineer so that he can do some touches, do some overdubs, or do some mixing, you understand? So how do I share this exact template with that producer? It is very simple. After the recording, make sure you come to file here, then you do what we call collect all and save. Make sure you do that before you share it, okay. So then hit on OK. So this is what it does. The collect and save all make sure it saves together the audio file that's recorded to the template. Now if you come into your file explorer, you can see the folder that we created. So this is my wedding multi project. Here is it. In order to send it to a different producer, I need to zip it. So if you are using Windows, you can use WinRAR to zip it. So you just right click on it. For Mac, you just choose compress wedding blah blah blah, do that, then it saves all these stuffs as a zip file. In few minutes the zip file will be ready, so you can just copy it, then share it to your producer. You can just send it to him on Telegram, WhatsApp, or any other social media platform that you want to share it to with that person, okay. So that's it. If you are using Windows, you just right click, make sure you have WinRAR installed, you right click, then say add to archive, okay, then put the necessary name, change to zip, then rename it, then save. That's for Windows. I hope you have it clear now. So that's everything for multi-tracking. If you have any question, you can just leave it in the comments. But this is what I do, Elikis. Now, Elikis, I do remote installation for almost every musical software that you need. So I can just connect your machine from my end, I mean your laptop from my end, whether MacBook or Windows. Then every little thing that you need, I can just install it from my end without I coming to end, you understand? So just pick my number from the description or just WhatsApp me there. Then let's proceed from there. In case you need this software that I mentioned here, then I do all these stuff for you, okay? So have a good time. God bless you.